Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc Schlock, where it's a review of the movie The Crow, Wicked Prayer. Now, some of you may argue that this is not exactly a horror movie, but I don't know, gang. There was some pretty weird stuff happening in this movie. There was some gore in it and stuff like that, and it has been labeled a mix of fantasy, horror, and action. So there you guys go. Well, it's another so-called different story in the series. It's about an ex-prisoner named Jimmy who goes to reunite with his girlfriend. But wouldn't you know it, just like in the other three, well, sort of kind of, more like in part 1 and part 3, Jimmy and his girlfriend are killed. Crow comes to bring Jimmy back to life to avenge his death and his girlfriend's death. But in this one, Jimmy has to fight against a guy who's a devil worshiper named Luke. I think his name was Luke, I don't know. Luck, who cares? This movie was stupid. His fiancée Lola is also a devil worshiper. And yeah, this movie takes probably one of the worst turns in the entire series. And it pretty much goes the way you would expect it to. Crow gets injured, looks like Jimmy could be in some serious trouble, but somehow the Crow is resurrected and brought back to life just to bring Jimmy back to life and defeat all those responsible for killing his girlfriend and killing him. At the end of the movie, of course, Luke's plans do not go as well he wants them to. He winds up on a fence post, and his girlfriend Lola tries to see the error of her ways, but turns out she suffers for her sins too, because she starts trying to pray to the Virgin Mary, but unfortunately that doesn't go as planned, and she winds up going to do crappy movies like Sharknado and Sharknado 2. Oh wait, no, that was Tara Reid, sorry. And at the end, Jimmy is reunited with his girlfriend in heaven, and everything is just wonderful. This movie starred a big cast of people. Edward Furlong, who's best known from Terminator 2, Pet Sematary 2, Detroit Rock City, the upcoming new Terminator movie, and from a movie called I believe it's called The Zombie King. It was something he did with Corey Feldman. If I'm wrong, please look it up. He also did another really awesome movie called Brain Scan. Now, out of all those movies, I would recommend Terminator 2, Detroit Rock City, The Zombie King, and Brain Scan. Not Pet Sematary 2, not by a long shot. That movie sucked. It also stars David Boreanaz, who you might remember as Angel, Tara Reid, who's been in a lot of crap, UFC fighter Tito Ortiz, who gets his butt handed to him in this movie, Dennis Hopper, who plays a satanic priest, and Danny Trejo, who is in it for some reason. Oh my goodness. I can't get over seeing Danny Trejo in that Snickers commercial as Marsha Brady. That was hilarious. Okay, The Crow, Wicked Prayer. This movie was terrible. I liked the original. I thought the second one was decent. It went in a totally different direction. But then this one just went all kinds of ridiculously stupid. Edward Furlong made a horrible Crow. Supporting characters, not all that great. There's unnecessary gore, unnecessary killings in this movie, and it made me fall asleep. So yeah, I really hated this movie. This is definitely the worst in the series. The second worst would have to be the third one, Salvation. That one was god-awful. You know, honestly, if I was going to do a Crow series of movies, I would try and do them like every story would be different. I mean, the first one was good. The second story was a good story. The third one, I don't know, make it a little bit different. Do something different with it. Maybe have a female Crow, you know? come back to life to avenge the death of her boyfriend. And the fourth one, just keep doing something different every time. But no, they had to keep going with the whole guy gets killed, comes back, avenges girlfriend's death, winds up going back to heaven with her. Or hell, wherever they're going to, I don't know. Anyway, this one sucked. It was god-awful, horribly bad, and I just could not stand it. The Crow, Wicked Prayer, Passion, Revenge, Eternity. More like idiotic, please no more sequels, at least not with Edward Furlong as a crow. If you like my videos, feel free to subscribe. And if you have a horror, sci-fi horror, comedy horror, or fantasy horror movie that made you want to squawk like a bird with a bad throat problem, send it my way and I'll get on it ASAP. Thank you so very much for watching. And until next time, for Doc Schlock, as always, stay strong and rock on.